The goal of the project is to reconnect citizens with the policy-making process, because at the minute there's a little bit of a disconnect. In policy-making can be very complex, and all of the documents that come out, policies, they can be very legal and a lot of jargon in them, so it's very difficult for a citizen to understand really what it's about, and more so how they can identify it, how does it relate to their own lives. So what we tried to do in Puzzle by Policy is to try and alleviate this barrier, to try and bridge that gap and bring policy to them. So we do this through the Inform, Consult, Empower model. So this three-tiered approach, it's hopefully more realistic than just trying to involve the citizens straight away and directly and to overburden them with a lot of information. It's really a progressive approach. So that's the first aim of the project, is just a basic information provider. Through the U-Debate, it's an online discussion forum, and through looking at what other users are talking about, they can see what topics are the hot topics, what are interesting, and then because they're become involved in this and become interested, they might begin to formulate their own opinions and maybe even want to contribute. So first of all, through the profiler, they get an idea of where they are positioned within the general framework. So compared to other stakeholders and also the main political parties, so where they stand in relation to that policy, and then the user can see where they stand in relation to that. Then they're kind of encouraged, based on how they answer in the quiz, it can be identified, okay, what areas do they maybe have a strong opinion on, and they can be redirected to a particular post or a particular thread in the debate that might be most relevant for them or most interesting for them. So in that way we come to the second tier of the Inform, Consult, Empower model, so that we try and consult with them to try and get their feedback on and their contributions on various topics. And they also engage with other stakeholders, be it other citizens or maybe NGOs, organisations, or decision makers themselves. So this is where we come into the third tier of the model, is where we try and empower the citizens, and the empowerment comes through the connection with the actual policymakers in the policy-making process. So that is done through summaries or reports that are drafted, and results from, first of all, the policy profiler results, and also the U-Debate results are then summarised and sent to decision makers so that they can have a good view of what their citizens think on a particular policy area. And then hopefully through this report and this feedback, they're engaged to participate again, and the cycle continues.
What we try to do in the Puzzle by Policy is to understand better citizens' perceptions and preferences with respect to existing immigration policies, and transmit those the information that we get to European and national policymakers. But also we try to help citizens to understand better their own views, and to engage and get more informed about immigration and participate in the U-Debate in order to critically analyze existing policies, but also suggest policy improvements and policy alternatives.
Esta plataforma nos ofrece una excelente oportunidad para conocer las diferentes posturas que tienen, por ejemplo, los principales actores involucrados en la inmigración, así como la ciudadanía. Por tanto, cuanto más personas participen en este proyecto, en esta plataforma, más oportunidades tendremos para conocer la percepción de la ciudadanía en relación a la inmigración.
L'Italia è uno dei paesi pilota del progetto Puzzled by Policy, e in particolare Torino è la città su cui viene sperimentata questa piattaforma. È molto interessante poter effettuare questa sperimentazione, questa attività proprio a Torino, perché Torino è una città di circa 900.000 abitanti e più del 14% sono abitanti stranieri. Ci sono comunità in particolare arabe, comunità albanesi, comunità romene, e tutte queste comunità sono particolarmente importanti e rappresentate a Torino, per cui questo progetto permette di dare voce a queste parti della città e più in generale anche del paese Italia.
Magyarországot a Nemzeti Infokommunikációs Szolgáltató ZRT képviseli a projektben. Az egyik teszthelyszín vagyunk, ennek köszönhetően a magyarok is informálódhatnak a bevándorláspolitikáról, és kifejthetik az ezzel kapcsolatos véleményüket. A döntéshozók pedig számíthatnak az álláspontok pontosabb megismerésére. Magyarországon is releváns a bevándorlással kapcsolatos témák, például a külhoni magyarok könnyített honosítása vagy a migráns csoportok társadalmi integrációja. Ezekhez most is várjuk az érdeklődő állampolgárok és az érintett civil szervezetek észrevételeit. Ugyanakkor a többi helyszínhez képest Magyarországon viszonylag kevéssé foglalkoztatja a közvéleményt a bevándorlás témája. Így a projekt termékben már kezdettől inkább egy általános e-demokrácia platformot látunk, és a lehetséges felhasználói körnek is így kommunikáljuk.
So the use of social media is very important in the Puzzled by Policy project, because sometimes what happens with e-participation projects is that the public authorities might build a particular platform and expect users and citizens to come there and to give their points of view. And then when they don't come, it's disappointed, and it's that the citizens don't want to participate, but there could be lots of other reasons for that. So in Puzzled by Policy, we try and utilise existing networks, existing communities. So we use social media sites like Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter to get the message out there to the communities that are interested in policy. We've also specifically developed a widget of the Puzzled by Policy platform that can be embedded in social media sites and also in any website or blog, so that the user can use the platform, the profiler aspect, take the quiz via the widget, so they can be engaged from their own sites to where the communities are, instead of expecting the communities to come to our platform, to our URL.
Μην ξεχνάτε ότι η φωνή σας έχει δύναμη. Συμμετέχετε τώρα στην πλατφόρμα του Puzzled by Policy. Η δημοκρατική συμμετοχή αλλάζει τη μεταναστευτική πολιτική προς όφελος όλων.